Oopsies. Thank you guys for joining me today on another ASMR video. It's me, Tony Bomboni, back again. I am going to do another self-hypnosis session where I am diving deep into humanity's collective future. I'm very curious to see where things are going. I'm gonna try to look into each year as it comes, just kind of let it flow. I was thinking, like, maybe should I just look into next year's energies only, but something told me just keep looking, even like 100 years out, like just keep diving deep. And whenever we do this exercise together, we are strengthening our intuition. We are allowing ourselves to envision what we want our future to look like together, because it's still up to us. We have the deciding factor to decide where we want to take things, I have spoken a lot about this in the last video. So yeah, I'm actually filming this on the same day today. I just kind of felt like being super spiritual and doing things I don't too frequently do on this channel. So for those who are familiar, I have to put myself into a hypnotic state. So I'm going to do that first, and you feel free to relax along, follow along, and put yourself in this state while we are beginning this video, so that you can also tap in and connect with what I'm connecting with as well. So just sit back, close your eyes, relax, and if you enjoy this type of particular content, you can make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check me out on tonybomboni.com to sign on for your own personal readings. I'm a reader. I do healing as well, but I inspire you to do the healing from within. So yes, join me on there. And now that the energies are in a particular phase right now, an intense phase, it's a great time to book a reading. I'm offering a bonus of 5 minutes per session as well, all week long until Saturday the 27th of September 2025. So a bonus 5 minutes absolutely free added on top of your session. You can request anything reasonable and appropriate that you desire for that bonus 5 minutes, or you can just have me just continue your reading or your healing throughout that bonus time period. So yes, sign up today. The links will be in the description below to my site, and we shall begin. So as you all know, a lot of incredible shifts and changes are happening in our life, in our world, humanity as a whole. So we are very curious right now to see what's going to unfold from all of this, what's going to happen. So let's set the intention now. Intention is key and the most powerful of all. To put it out there to our spirit team, our guides right now, that whatever we're diving deep into, we want to know what is going to happen with Earth, our planet, humanity, ourselves, what is going to occur collectively. And now I'm going to put my eyes, take off my glasses, to place my eyes to the top of the ceiling. Feel free to follow along. Deep breath in and out, and think, sleep, keeping my gaze and attention fixated at that point in the ceiling without straining my eyes too much. Think, sleep. One more time. Breathe in and out and think, sleep, fixating that gaze, that attention on that point. Now in a moment I'm going to begin to relax. You're going to begin to relax along with me, getting those eyes heavier, drippier, drowsier, sleepier. 5, 4, entering a deeper state of relaxation and hypnosis. 3, 2, 1, and begin those eyes shutting down now. Allowing those eyes to close. In a moment I'm going to open and close those eyes of mine. And when I do, I'm going to be even more relaxed. 1, 2, 3, open and close. Then briefly back down. Entering a deeper state of sleep. Feeling free to exhale. the stairwell and wooden doors in front of me. I open that doorway and it propels me onto this platform. I allow myself to enter onto that platform and it drops from the 3rd level down into the 2nd level, going into the basement of relaxation, deeper, deeper down, seeing myself going down, down 1, floor 1, and down, down into the basement of rest, and the doors swing wide open. Then I go down this hallway in this basement, and then I open another door, and as I open that door, it sends me into the universe, swirling into the unknown. And now I set that intention that I'm gonna see what's gonna happen with humanity now. 2026. What's going to occur? Take me, universe, to 2026. I have to trust my first impression, what I'm seeing. I mean, there might be something more with flying vehicles, flying cars of sorts. Again, this could be another timeline I'm possibly tapping into and seeing now. It feels a lot like lighter and freer. It feels sort of a bit fun, a bit more futuristic. I think we're really gonna start seeing that at the end of this year, but like a taste of it. But I definitely get, like, by the end of 2026, this more funness to it, this more element of fun in terms of technology. And I'm feeling like a sort of liberated feeling of sorts. I don't know how to word or describe it accurately. I'm seeing sort of like we're free to do more things. There's an element of like a kid in a playground. Like, as adults, we feel like kids in a playground. I know this is only a year plus away, but it definitely feels like more options, more opportunity. I hear a crisis, though. I partially hear financial, but it could also indicate, now all of this is allegedly and entertainment purposes only as a disclaimer, but I'm definitely getting this vibe and sensation of like a ruler or a leader. I don't know why I see like someone with long hair or a beard or something like that, but someone in power, like a kind of long facial hair, like someone that has like facial hair, like a beard, kind of in power, in charge, and they don't know what to do. They're kind of deciding things. I feel like they have a very wise personality. They're very intelligent. They're very old soul. They don't trust themselves making the right decision, though. So I feel like the decisions, the deciding factor will be the fate and destiny up to them. It's definitely a male. It's definitely a man. But I get, it might not be the United States. It could be. I have a general idea who it could be, but I can't say for sure. But they're showing me how they look in the spirit, not necessarily how they look in the physical. I get sort of, I'm seeing a crisis. They are responsible for this crisis. There's going to be new crises. There's going to be like a couple new crises that unfold. It might have to do with housing. I feel like people might not vacation as much by then. I feel like there's going to be a lot of either stuff or new tech that's like a vacation there's going to be a change where a leader is deciding within, looking within for answers and guidance, but they don't trust themselves. So there could be a crisis of like the first time ever, like a ruler or president doesn't know what to do, doesn't know what to enforce because they're stuck. They're stuck thinking, they're dwelling, they're reflecting. They don't really know what to do. And it's sort of like a period of almost like, it feels like stagnancy, but not really. But there's a lot of like growth and empowerment through that period of stagnancy when the male ruler doesn't decide or can't decide. It's almost like they get emotional, or they have like a feminine quality to them where they'd rather look within first for answers than listen to, you know, those they rub elbows with for guidance. You know, it's almost like the first time they're not going to take action, or they're not going to decide because they can't make up their mind. It's going to be such a crisis that they don't know what to do. And for the first time, this triggers almost like a kind of governmental, in a way, collapse. Because then they don't know what to do moving forward. They don't have the resources or answers. It's almost like those with the tech, those with the technology kind of take charge, decide or rule over the people, and for a brief momentary while, of course, into 2027, I feel like it's like definitely a short-term dystopic technocratic kind of takeover, but it's not like a takeover as of yet. It feels more like, as we're entering the energy of 2027, the beginning of it, it feels sort of like they have to take responsibility, take charge, because the leaders or the rulers cannot decide, because they're so stumped. They feel duped, like they feel like, what the hell just happened? This might have something to do with I don't know why I'm hearing like raw sewage, like sewer systems, something backing up or something with water. It's like a whole new infrastructure has to be put into place. I don't know why I get that. It could also have something to do with the space, weather. You know, there's weather here, but we forget there's space weather as well. But with weather, it's a double-ended meaning also, as we go deeper into this dive of what's going to await us around the corner, is that you will have to weather a storm. You will have to weather a personal storm. You will have to face something from within yourself that is not quite able to be addressed. It's outside of you, but it's also within you, but it's mostly outside of you. It's like you're not able to address unless you look within yourself as well, right? For answers, for guidance, for wisdom, because if a ruler of someone, a person of power, cannot take charge, cannot look within and take responsibility and get answers and guidance, they might end up throwing the reins. And I feel in 2027 they kind of give up, like they get really angry or aggressive, or they kind of just throw the towel and give that power to someone else. Okay. It's not who's in power now. I feel like it's someone else, or it's under their wing or next to them, you know, rubbing elbows with someone currently in power, right? Like the task of rule is going to be delegated to that person, but they may not be feeling like they have the responsibility enough to handle it, or even the maturity. Sometimes they may like day drink and laugh, you know, in the middle of the day. They might suddenly go crazy because they're not used to this Aquarian energy. So I guess I definitely get sort of like a giving up, throwing in the towel, and it might sort of inspire others to give up and throw in the towel. All of a sudden everyone will call it quits, leave their jobs, and go for what they really want to do, because they're going to realize that everything's sort of collapsing and crumbling. The old world, you know, it's going to be still stable. There's going to be still stability and stuff. You know, you're still going to have to pay your mortgage. It feels like you're going to still have to go to your job and pay the bills, and you know, it doesn't feel any different, but it feels like different in a consciousness level. An evolution of consciousness is shifted, and that space weather I'm being shown again is impacting and influencing our brains, our technology. Our technology needs this certain like dusting, this certain sprinkle of certain space weather, space dust. If it doesn't have that certain amount of element in the atmosphere, this technology cannot exist. The future as we know it cannot happen. And this influences our minds, it enters our brain chemistry, and it magnetizes with it, it even physically enters it. Once those microparticles enter our stream, it literally influences how we think. It's almost like nanic particles, nanic, like little mini like bots inside. It kind of feels like that in a weird way, like it's going to be very much allegedly like a thing in 2027, 2028. Like it already feels like a thing, but it's like more recognized, more like infinite, how do I say infinite consciousness? I just keep thinking we're entering this like point. Like it hasn't happened yet, but like we're entering this point where everything makes sense. It just is. Everything just are. It all just are. It all is. It all are is. It's like is it are. It is what it are. It are what it is. You know. It's like it's just one. It's one unit, one entity, one force, one being, one everything. It's that oneness. You know, that wholeness, that one world, that one everything, a unity. That no longer duality. We are shrinking and collapsing the dual nature of things, and the oneness is there in 2027, 2028 mostly. And as I see 2027, it's a continuum here. A continuum of unfolding of our evolutionary being. I definitely see robotics take charge in 2027. Just a lot of robots walking around. I mean, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be on the street when you go to the store. It's going to be at your school. And I see something with Alien. I see something with allegedly entertainment only alien activity in 2028. I see they could physically be here. I get sort of that energy of I get a collapsing, the duality collapsing, something with collapsing into one. Like they want us one, they want us whole, they want us complete again, they want us remembering and recalling our true nature, our true selves, not looking outside of ourselves, looking more within for answers. It's going to be commonly known, commonly recognized that this is the way. You know, even the AI might encourage you to do this. You know, they might become even more spiritual. They might be more eco-conscious and friendly toward others. They might learn to just, you know, be more loving and kind, understanding and compassionate. The more intelligent they become, they're going to be less hateful, and it's going to be a working together, an equilibrium of sorts, I get along, you get along, we all get along type of energy frequency. And it's going to be very eco-conscious, technologically advanced. It's going to be what people call the singularity point. Is it definitely, you know, by 2030 for sure. Maybe I would say even sooner. It definitely feels like 2027, 2028 cusp is the singular point where we enter that point of no return with so many advancements, so many new ways of being. It's like people are no longer going to operate from the same place. They're going to operate more from their hearts. They're going to operate more from a place of love, frequency, and compassion. Compassion is going to be big. It's going to be like, let's get together and have compassion. I almost see like a huge, like mega, I don't know, it's like tsunami, quake, earthquake, hurricane in one. It's like a mega, like freak incident. It's almost like, oh my, it almost feels like it's like as if I can't even describe it, mega quake tsunami at once. Like it almost feels as though like a hurricane hits at the same time a big hurricane hits, a big earthquake hits at the same place at the same time the hurricane hits. Like it's just gonna be so messed up. It's gonna be like the earth rumbling and quaking and shaking. It feels sort of allegedly like that, like all at once. That's gonna be like the apex point. It's gonna cause a lot of this water to recede. Believe it or not, it's not gonna cause flooding. I feel like it's gonna cause a recession. Yes, a recession of the water. But again, recession is a double-ended meaning, right? When we say one word, it has another meaning because we're still in that dual nature. When I hear recession, I feel like I'm channeling a actual recession by then. A recession of sorts. It doesn't feel financial. It feels like people taking a step back, retreating, falling back. I almost feel like there's like this takeover. This army takes over this country. I don't know why I get like Asia in the spirit. There could be something where there's like an army of people just almost feels like could even be like mixed with droids as well, or drones, like at once, like just an army, a line of people and drones with like lasers and shit, just kind of like on top of them or behind them, you know, and it's like an unstoppable force, and it just, they take over, and then the opposing force or army retreats, they recede, they take a recession, they take a step back, and then they get taken over. There's a high chance in the spirit in 2027 this unfolds. I'm seeing something with kindergartners, schools. I know there's children, there's something on their hands, like blisters, God forbid, but allegedly I see like kindergarten aged individuals that just like an outbreak or something in the schools, like on the desks, like it's like they have to stop using these desks. They have to, it's like Earth is evolving. We have to stop going back to old ways. We have to stop teaching the kid the same old boring crap. We have to start teaching in a different way, no longer in a classroom environment. We have to stop doing that and start teaching more personally. So like I think this rash or this outbreak on their palms, it looks like skin boils or something. It's gonna freak all the parents out, but I feel like it's going to initiate a change in the school. Like, oh, this is no longer sanitary. This is no longer, you know, it's no longer clean to let your children just interact with all these, you know, germs and random strangers they don't know, you know, teachers, students, parents, the like, you know. And yes, you may argue and say, yes, they have to be revealed and exposed to these germs, otherwise they can't grow up healthy. Your natural immunity. Yes, I agree 100 billion freaking trillion%. But there's something, it's almost like it gets like a force change, like enacted, like, okay, this is no longer sanitary. They can't be exposed to this because there's now germs. I almost see like a super germ or something, allegedly, that comes into fruition that is affecting those little ones. And it's like, there's no cure for it. You just have to wash. It's not even, it goes beyond washing their hands. It helps, but they have to, it's like something to do with desks and books and, you know, even tablets is outdated. It's like, it might force a change where like the tech is like wearable, like on your glasses, or it's like inside of you. And this might have something to do with those microbots that are kind of inside of our alleged brains as we speak. I almost feel like this is why people are acting kind of weird or crazy. Like there's always something in people that is like affecting how they think, influencing them, their behavior, oddness to their behavior, kind of robotic like behavior, or odd symptoms and hives and breakouts. And I feel like there's something like that already affecting the little ones, because a lot of parents passed on this genome or this genealogy, this encoded genomes or something like that. I don't know too much about science and stuff, yo, but I can say it's definitely already spread. It's passed on into them, and I feel like that's gonna cause them to have this issue. I almost feel like it might have something to do with a recent change, recent changes. Don't be surprised in a couple years if you hear about this, allegedly, this outbreak in I don't know if it's K through 12, but K through 1, I would say safely enough. I would bet it's K through 1 to 2. This on the palms, if I see the palms affected, I see it's like little pustules or pestilence, like boils of like sorts. And then it's painful, it's blistering, it's swelling. It's like they can't write, they can't read, they can't pick up objects, they can't move their desks. Like it's going to affect things differently. It's going to ask them. A lot more might be homeschooled because of fear. So I feel like the school system might collapse shortly because of this. And mixed with the receding of the funds. I feel like they just stop receiving funds. The education system stops receiving help with finances, and it just crumbles, and it just like parents become to learn to teach their children, teach their own offspring the way forward rather than the public schooling system, allegedly. But this is going to be a major precursor for things to come, especially by 2031. I'm seeing a lot of change with like schools. Just not like it's a thing, but it's not. It's almost like certain courses will be obligatory, mandatory, but certain ones will be optional. As you know how you buy like some, bougie woman's online course on YouTube for like $2,549.98. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like you just buy online courses and they're optional, and it's like still through a public like school system, but it's all gonna be virtualized to avoid a future pandemic-ish, right? P-and-demic-ish, right? It's gonna be to avoid replace comfort with ease. Discomfort, replace comfort with ease, right? It's going to be like that, allegedly. It's going to be for your well-being. I feel they'll rename it rather than for your safety. Safety is too harsh. It's going to be for your overall well-being or something like that. It's going to be like a lighter tone hue to it, almost as a different color to it, like it's like the creative department decided to get creative and make it gentler, make it softer, because it affected them little ones, right? So it's not going to be as harsh. Because it's going to affect a lot of parents emotionally. And it might be shocking to them as well, like, oh, if I have to work, I can't just homeschool them. It might have to be like a new job coming through, where at-home care sitters and at-home schoolers, like there are going to be a lot more of those practicing. I think that would be a great career before the AI takes us over completely and wipes us out, allegedly. I would say definitely get a job like that, you guys. Get something where you can homeschool children's, and there's going to be a lot of jobs with the kiddies, right? There's going to be a lot of jobs with the children's. That's going to be a dominant, again, a precursor. It's like a precursor to something else, a new chapter. I feel like, I can't help but see, like, I still see in the spirit this complete and utter total job loss. I think we're spared until 2029. Timelines always shift and adjust. I thought it was 27 at first, but now I'm sort of still seeing occupation's a thing. 2029 is when it starts to really, like, I think, go away completely. Plumbers, electricians, everyone, every freaking one. But full and complete and total, complete and utter job loss, I feel, is not until the 2030s. 2031, 2032, I feel like everything and everyone doesn't have a job anymore. But mass majority, I'd say 2029. I would say safe enough bet. Don't take my word for it, but I'm just channeling, a timeline. Everything changes with our energy output, change of timeline, change of events, butterfly effect. It's all coming eventually, but it's a best guesstimate. At this point, so much can change and shift. 2029 is very peculiar. It's almost like it's going to be 2031 or 2, but it's early. Something came early. They didn't realize something. It's almost like something went wrong, but something went right at the same time. It was great, but not so great at the same time. And it caused things to happen and unfold a lot sooner. And we're already playing these patterns now. They're saying a lot of stuff that we've been saying should happen in 2027, 2028 is already now. It's already here at this moment. So don't be surprised if you start to see even 2035. You're guessing something will happen in 2035. It's supposed to happen in 2029. Believe it or not, it's going to be that soon, that incredibly fast. And it might be, I think the 2029 is like, I say for the first time ever, like people too stunned to speak, too floored, too shocked to even move. Some people who are in fight or flight mode, you're going to be like freeze and fawn. You're not going to know what the hell to do. gives me a double-ended meaning. It's like frozen accounts, or frozen bank accounts, or some frozen, just something frozen. I don't know. Maybe a cold weather. It could have a triple meaning, like a mass freeze off, a mass die off of sorts of wildlife, mostly, not humanity. Humanity's, if you start hearing about a coming Arctic blast that's going to be permanent, you're going to get your car first thing, get your family food, your band-aids and bullion and batteries, and you're gonna bounce your beans, and you're gonna bounce. Right? You're not gonna stay around for that ish, right? You have a vehicle you were blessed with by the good Lord, so the deer in the woods doesn't, though. So the deer will die off, you won't. You will be just fine. Okay. I'm definitely getting this energy of like, it's like you have many reasons to fear in 2029, but then it's like, oh, this bad thing was supposed to happen, but it ends up alright. And then again, this bad thing was supposed to happen, the end of the world. Oh, oops, we ended up alright. Over and over. And like 5 major events. Sorry, I have to stretch my arm. For those of you who are new, you're like, why are you adjusting the camera, looking at the mic? Why are you having your eyes open? Aren't you supposed to channel? Yo, I can channel. I've been doing this so long, yo. I can speak with my eyes open. I just choose them to be closed because it's more relaxing. And it helps me promote a deeper state of relaxation to dive deeper. But I can safely open my eyes and still channel. I'm still, like, here, you know what I'm saying? But in another brainwave state. You don't know unless you studied hypnotherapy. I've studied in the best school in the country. But anyway, my point is, I will say that this is definitely going to be a time where you have to pinpoint if you are afraid, if you are in fear, if you are letting certain things hold you back in a fearful manner, right? Like, and also like to notice and realize when something is triggering your fear, because there's will be a lot of things that will trigger your attention by the end of the decade. I mean, I'm not even talking the 2030s right now. I'm talking this decade. We still have a lot. Look how much has happened from this last 5 years. You have still 5 more years to go for the decade. So this is going to be the starting point where we are at a new level. You always hear new level, new devil, right? New challenge, new obstacle. You're going to experience that times 10, okay? Times 100. You're going to have to experience new challenges. What do you think if you want to play the video game of life? You have to get to the next level to get to, Princess Peach at the castle and defeat Bowser, right? So I feel like we're coming to our Bowser moment in 2029, 30 onwards. But you have to explore more green pipes, kill more Goombas, collect more coins, go through more obstacles. They're literally showing me freaking Super Mario, and they're saying that this is gonna be a grand time in your evolution, and to relax more. This is gonna be a time for you to have to, relax, go to your favorite restaurants, and nourish yourself with nice healthy meals. Take it easy. Life in society is going to keep going. It's not going to stop. It's not going to come to a dead, complete stop as people think. It's going to keep going. It's just going to be interesting. A lot of interesting challenges taking place. But I feel after 2029, 30, 31, let's say, that's going to be like, guaranteed by 2032 onwards, that's going to be a whole nother world, like unrecognizable to our very own eyes right now. A different state of being, a different state of consciousness, a different state of evolving. I definitely see a lot less people, a lot less, like one country just says like 40 million versus when it used to have 400 million. Something like that. And, into the 2030s, it's so hard to pinpoint every year exactly the further out you go sometimes. But I definitely get like now that we're closer to the event, they're still showing me that break-off point of 2035 where it's like no going back. Like 2035 is just definitely like you can't see beyond that because there's this veil. It's like, it's almost as if like God put it there or something. It's like He doesn't want us to know or see exactly what 10 years looks like for us. I definitely see something with Venus, Venusian travel. I definitely still see that for 2028. That's still in the works. I feel like Mars, just like, I know they said like this is old news by now, but it's old to me because I mean I've always known Mars has had life, you know, doing this work, and even as a child I always felt like there's more to this story. You know, so I was extremely bored when I heard that they just now discovered that Mars could have had life or something. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh my God, are you guys still in kindergarten? Like, are you serious? This is so old to me. But anyway, so you're gonna hear more about Mars where they're like, oh snap, we can't really go there right now. I feel like it has something to do with the steam, the vents, maybe lava or volcanic activity. It's almost like something activates, and it's like, oh, you can't really live there. It's kind of gonna be too crazy. The atmosphere is gonna be too smoggy. It's gonna be like a smog or some layer where it's like the dust particles will affect landing gear. Like you can't even land there. It's gonna be almost like Venus. That's what it is. But there's travel to Venus. There's travel to Venus to study Mars in a weird way. There's something with Venus. Mars is just a distraction. Stop looking at Mars. Look at Venus. Focus on Venus. What is Venus doing right now? Okay? Those 3-4 letter agencies, they're all like, I wouldn't say they're behind. They're just paid to be behind. You know? The last thing they want to do is initiate fear or chaos. So I would say they know. They're not dumb. They're not born yesterday. But they're purposely playing dumb. So people catch up. For those who are actually, like, not really used to this changes and this space stuff. You're going to hear a lot about space. Even into next year, 2026. And by end of next year, it's going to be so much talk about. This is going to be talk of the town. Space, spacecraft, space weather, space. You know, I feel like there's like this big booty rock, like just this big rock. It's just rearing its ugly head. By 2032, I feel like it's just like it could possibly hit. There's like a 1 in 5 chance, maybe 5% chance. This big rock just wants to strike us, and it almost looks like it has a face on it. When they get a close shot, they're going to be very good at getting better quality images of rocks in space. It's going to have like a face on it. It's going to creep people out. They're going to think it's something sinister. It's just like a big black rock with like a face carved into it, almost like it looks like a face. It's not really a face, it's just coincidence. It just looks like it. I think that's very symbolic, though. It has a symbology to us. When things pass us in the heavens, right? It's a sign, it's a message, it's a symbol. Symbology. Sorry. But I'm definitely getting it's almost like by 2031, like things are gonna be like there's magic will be real again. Like the technology will be so advanced. It's as if we're performing magic or which spells like automatically. It's kind of like that's gonna be very magical. I have a feeling this has something to do with quantum technologies, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be like, whoa. It's gonna stump a lot of people and scientists and shit. It's gonna be like, what the hell? Like, we not only can, like, it's a weird example, but we not only can now light the cigarette with a match, right? Before you had to go over a fire. Before there wasn't even a cigarette, you had to roll it physically. Now the factory trees, chop them and make them. We not only now have the ability to light the cigarette, we not only have already lit cigarettes by the push of a button, those e-pens, right? Again, this has nothing to do with smoking or cigarettes. I'm not promoting that or saying that. Listen to my metaphorical example, please, before you make a judgment or a comment. This is metaphor. The cigarette is a metaphor. It is not an actual cigarette. Listen. Pay attention. The cigarette, we not only can light it and have an e-pen version of it now, we have made the e-pen, and not only made it in the factory, we made it instantly with our thought, which is with our breath. And we not only, it's like quantum recognizes every creation starts with the thought, and when we change our thought, we change our creation output. So it's going to do an instant creation by 2031, instantaneous creative art. It's going to start with art like everything else. It always starts with art, right? AI started with art. Did you notice that? I don't think many people caught that. This is why you have to start testing things in the spirit. You know, the ancient Egyptians, the hieroglyphs, that was all art at first. Then it started with messages. Same with, our basic Uga Chuka caveman brain. We started with sticks on sand, and then we made letters and language, and then we spoke it into existence. We spoke the thoughts we had, right? It's gonna start art. Quantum is gonna make some weird looking freaking art instantly. Like, it's just gonna be like faster than even AI. I think people are too stuck on AI. AI is great at all, and it's ugly at the same time because it's gonna cause a lot of weird changes. But there's a next step beyond AI. AI I don't think is the final creation. It's quantum, and then quantum leading to space exploration. And this downloaded the other day to me too. More space exploration means contact with the aliens. Contact with the aliens means finally interstellar travel, contact with other beings out there. And contact with other beings out there means one, unity with the whole of creation. We still have ways to go. People are thinking, oh my God, it's gonna happen tomorrow. In 2 days, we're all gonna, no. We have to be around for a lot of this, okay? I know we so bad want to escape because life is hard. I understand life can be difficult. It's also beautiful though, so don't forget it's a choice to decide, how you view things. But just recognize that, AI will lead to the quantum. We're already there. Quantum. I hear quantum entanglement. I don't know why I hear that. Quantum entanglement. Something will be resolved. I feel like entanglement shows me like ropes tied. Like scientists feel strained and tied into like trying to discover and figure out. I feel like it has something to do with chemists or chemistry as well. How to break the barrier so we can, really use it to our advantage. So I sort of feel like once we discover that, unentangle the entanglement, the restrictions of our laws of physics. This is why so much of this space dust, this space weather has to come to upgrade us, send our vibration in order to discover new tech with quantum and then ascend more. The tech needs this dust. I don't know why I get that. The tech needs a time like this, 2027 onwards. So I feel like 2027 onwards will be like huge quantum breakthroughs. And that will eventually lead to space travel. But again, it's not linear. It's like a big web. Like they're gonna discover, because they discover one thing, it fills the puzzle piece of another thing. Like when you fill a puzzle piece of one jigsaw puzzle, the other makes sense. You discover the daisy flower in the puzzle. Now you know that's that corner of the picture. You have a general idea, an image of the picture you want. Humanity rising above, contacting aliens, doing space travel, interstellar, instant light travel. You know the picture, you know what we look like in the future, but you still having just puzzle pieces scattered throughout. You're entangled by trying to figure out the puzzle pieces. So I feel like in 2027, scientists, chemists will discover a big puzzle piece that will fill the piece and make sense of things. Everything will, and the aliens are purposely waiting on us to discover this on our own free will style. And then they contact us when we're ready, only when we're ready. We are not quite there yet. Very, very, very close. But I feel as though now I'm seeing eyeballs. There's some huge progress with the eyes, restoring blindness, restoring vision. There's something you get shot off into the space, and that you just get sent down there like super quickly, maybe even teleport style by the 2030s, 40s, 2035, 2036 is my best guess. Like, you're able to just fully send yourself somewhere without any restriction issues. I feel like borders will kind of ease up. It's still going to be, borders are a thing, but it's not going to be like, oh, it's going to be like everyone has this one pass, this pass booklet that allows them to travel and take them places. But while we're still focused on traveling continent to continent, this way travel won't be a thing anymore, really a thing in the past, because it's going to be like, oh, we can all travel. It's going to be boring, and it's like, okay, so you're a traveler, that's like no longer a thing, it's like, going to be like impressive, it's just going to be a thing everyone does. And you going to the grocery store, 20-minute drive is going to be the same as you going from Egypt to I don't know, Greenland in like 20 minutes, like same time, so it's not going to be a big deal, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be instantaneous. So I feel sort of at that, because the travel industry will be dead. It's going to be, while we're distracted with that, those, I wouldn't say higher ups, because it doesn't feel that way. It feels kind of like we're all equal by then. It sort of feels like those with the tech and those doing the study and the advancements of progress of humanity, those ones are going to already be doing the interstellar space travel, They're already, as we speak now, focusing and working on that, that type of 20-minute instant travel across the oceans. So we're behind, because they haven't really worked things out yet. It has to be approved, it has to be passed, the aliens have to give the thumbs up, you know what I'm saying? To those who are, right now, the illusion of a higher up, even though a lot of them are in a corrupted way, allegedly, but I'm seeing definitely some massive breakthroughs with health, and massive breakthroughs with advancements, and massive breakthroughs with travel, massive breakthroughs with even the food we eat. I feel like food always is behind, which is so sad, because we consume food daily and that affects our health physically. But I feel like something is better with like sweets or sugar. I kind of feel in the spirit like something will be better there. There will be a safe sugar that's not causing diabetes or any blood sugar issues, or it's gonna be that like sweetness without the issues. I know there's already a thing like that. There's a plant that you can literally suckle on, and it makes everything sweet for 30 minutes. It's banned, but I know what it is. I've tried it before. It works, but it would make all the bakeries go out of business. But I definitely feel as though it's beyond that. It's like there's something people eat. It's not that they take in their mouth. It's just something they eat that's like it's just a replacement for sugar. It's way healthier than Splenda, stevia. Like those are not healthy at all. It's way healthier. It's not even about health. It just is. It's just something you can take. It doesn't affect your health at all. That's what I'm trying to say. I think we're gonna also go beyond what's healthy, what's not. I think food will finally change into 2035 onwards, where it's like there's no longer unhealthy food or healthy food. It just is. We just eat and we consume, and it's no longer questionable whether this is good or bad for you. It just is, right? But it feels like food's very limited or restricted. It's a lot less options. I don't know. There's no longer all these like gourmet meals. It sort of feels by then a lot different. A lot like not so much heavier. No heavy creams. No heavy puddings. Like it's just not too much. No more like daunting recipes. So those who enjoy cooking, any baking industry, that's why I say like I see a lot of industries no longer really a thing, kind of a thing of the past. I sort of see like new advancements where like every destiny, and we all just collectively kind of flow and agree that this is the way, and those who don't want to live that timeline are just going to be in a different dimensional experience, who want to consume heavy foods, who want to, harm the planet, or, be evil and just corrupt, right? Like those who want to experience that duality. So I feel as though there's just a conscious shift of wherever you decide to go. The breaking point definitely feels like definitely a heavy start into next year, 2026, but it doesn't necessarily indicate only that year. It means that's Group A 2026, Group B 2028, Group C 2030. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like waves of groups going and leaving the earth, or appearing to be leaving, entering a different mode of being, vibration, and then old situations, things, people disappearing from your reality and no longer existing. It's already happening. People who don't contact you anymore, people who just are not in your universe, your space anymore. You don't hear about them anymore. It's just not in your energy. It's not in your, in your algorithm, and in a weird way, it's already like trying to be controlled. You already get to decide who you get to see in your virtual reality. It's already there. You can already click like, I don't want to see this person anymore, or I don't want to, interact with this type of energy any longer. You have the free will, and that's the power you have in your heart, to have this free will to decide. And I think some people will lose that power because they corrupted their power. They used it for wrong, not good, and they used it to harm, not heal. And so I'm definitely getting that energy, but I'm almost hearing like it doesn't matter what happens 100 years out anymore, because what matters is now, the next 10 years. 100 is too hard to predict. It's too hard to know. We won't be around anyway in this same experience, in the same body, the way we look now. And I'm not quite seeing like us merging with tech to where we are ageless or immortal. I don't. That's not possible. The universe has to make you limited in this reality, because this is a school. You're not supposed to be in school for eternity. So don't listen to the weirdness about, if you're alive the next 5-10 years, you will be immortal. Get real. Those are the same people who fear death because they're so evil and corrupt. They fear their creator, and they want to stay alive here as long as possible so they don't have to ever face their wrongs. So we are limited, but our soul is limitless, so it doesn't matter. There's no such thing as death, just the moving on into the next dimension of sorts. So I definitely am not falling for the tricks and schemes of the weirdos out there, who are the weird creators, who are saying that this stuff is going to lead into I'm not talking about people who believe. I'm not calling anyone weird here. I'm saying the people who are making this stuff, who are claiming that it is going to lead into immortality. I just laugh, because it is a willfully ignorant creation. It is even if you try to successfully do that, it is going against creation. It is going against the flow and cycle of life. You can't go against that creation because you are not the creator. So joke's on them, but I'm definitely seeing a conscious shift, a conscious evolution. That's the recurring theme here. Definite, surefire technological upgrades, advancements. I still sort of feel as though like our cell phones today will still be a thing. It's like you still have the option to keep them. I sort of am still seeing like our life is just going to be same old, but also vastly different in the same experience. Because when this duality collapses, it's one. You experience everything in one. So it's going to be all in one, all encompassing. It's going to be maybe a lot of marketing or advertising or promotion of all in one tech, like this thing that you get with you and wear is going to have everything you're looking for right now, and it destroy your soul or, permanently harvest it. You are in control here. You decide the fate and destiny of your life. And if God's creation decides that something you're doing is no longer, serving its overall collective, it's going to wipe it out. It's not going to permanently attach to you. So I don't believe all this nonsense of like, oh, eventually we're all gonna have to take this thing by ourselves, blah, 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 blah. Goodness. When have we given our power away, right? Why have we given our power away, right? To something so small like a chip? Are you kidding me? Yeah. So I think a lot of people will get with the program, so to speak, and realize that everything has a metaphorical tone and annotation to it. So I think we're interpreting that too literally because we don't know yet what 5-10 years looks like from now. So I think it's taking power back. It's taking the reins of control for your life. Stop blaming other people, other things, other events for your wrongdoing, for your wrong reality, right? Wrong meaning the one that you have created for yourself, because we all create our reality right now. We hold the key, we hold the power. It's not any force outside of you. We were all given the God-given right to change our reality. That's getting with the program, waking up, snapping out of the hypnosis of, believing that something outside of you, is responsible for you. You are responsible for you, but there is still a genuine, general creator that definitely is in charge of things, but it's not, there's a reason we have free will, because the creator is not allowing you to be so heavily influenced by them. It's this force, this energy, right? It's just giving you the freedom to realize you have the answers all along. It's a hard concept to grasp. Some people are like, no, but it's not me. When it's me, it's so much responsibility. It's so much. Yeah, it's not easy holding your power. It's not easy having responsibility. It's not easy knowing you have power. But that's the blessing you were bestowed on this earth. To be here even during this time where, most of you watching my channel, you were born barely at the time of the common cell phone, flip phone. Most of us were still reading newspapers in the morning. Literally, I still remember that we weren't even on our phones in the morning because the phone was boring. It was just a keyboard or a flip phone. We had coffee, said hi to our parents and looked them in the eye. We weren't just digging our snot noses in the screen, in the black void, So we actually engaged. We were actually genuinely there. And now there's people literally, I can only imagine. There's millions of people waking up first thing in the morning, they're digging their nose and talking to an entity. That is a machine. Big difference. So what makes you think 5-10 years won't be even more of a big of a difference, right? So, yeah. We went from literally paper to vapor, literally a newspaper, to like an entity behind a screen. Like, you can't even touch it. You can't touch it. An AI, you can't interact with it physically in front of, like, it's just, technically it is, but it's like, it's all digitized. It's like, it's not fully there. It doesn't really know you. It just has a prompt in front of it. It doesn't see your face yet. So it's crazy. I didn't think people understood me when I was talking about Age of Aquarius and stuff, how crazy it would get. It really is. Like, we only just started collectively hearing about AI in 2023. It's only been 2 years. We've been hearing about AI like crazy. Look how far, cell phone, it took iPhone to go from 4 to 5. It took them 2 years, and that wasn't much different. You know what I'm saying? Or 5 to 6. You know what I'm saying? Hello. I don't think we're grasping here the fullness of what we're talking about. And that's part of the insanity, is like, you're not supposed to grasp it because that's Aquarian all I'm saying, I'm still channeling, but all I'm saying is that, just the best way to handle this, if you feel like talking to your higher creator, do that. Your higher self, do that. Anything higher than you is better than nothing right now, right? But don't feel like you have to give your power to anyone or anything right now. Know your own inherent worth and power too, because if you feel you don't have power during this time, it's going to be very difficult for you to get through and process the coming changes. Process how people are changing. Your loved ones are going to change right in front of your eyes. A lot of people are going to start wanting to be more and more into this new stuff, but I'm noticing a lot of people refusing it, like not wanting to participate in it, not wanting to contribute in it as well. So it's very interesting time. It's weird, it's uncomfortable, it's icky strange, but it's also oddly amazing, as incredible at the same time. So your perception is what makes your reality at this time. So if you want an easier reality, stop dwelling on the heaviness so much, stop dwelling on the negativity of it all. Don't feed into the negative Nancy news. Anything that's telling you doom and gloom and suffering and struggling, it's not going to allow you to grow at this time. It's just holding you back. But also, there's a lot of growth with that negative cycle as well too. So whatever you feel called to do right now, do it, go for it. But don't just jump into something thinking, oh, this is going to be like a prosperous career for me, because so many careers are going to change now that nothing's really guaranteed at this point. I definitely feel as though it's just a time to look within. I think spirit through the cards and through this channeling is just simply short, sweet, and simple told me, just look inside of yourself right now, and whatever happens outside of you, you don't have to let it suck you in or get so crazy intense and weird that you kind of are distracted by your true purpose and calling here, because there's a lot of things that are taking people away, taking us away from what we are called in our hearts here to do at this time, okay? So things are supposed to get intense, weird, and crazy to test you, almost like to distract your soul from your mission here, okay? So keep going, keep being the light warriors that you are, and I love you all so much, and thank you for joining me on this channeling today. I know I kind of gradually came out of this while I was talking back into my regular normal waking state, but every session is different and unpredictable, just like the future, but yeah, it's definitely time to get used to this changes. Be okay with change, accept change, embrace change. You don't have to love it, you just have to work with it, right? It's like getting a coworker that you don't really like. You may not love them, but you gotta accept, you gotta work with them, right? So work with this change, and it'll make your life a lot easier, and you'll feel lighter during this time through the process of change. So I love you all. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed this, and check me out on TonyBomboni.com to book your own personal service. I do channelings and readings like this. I don't necessarily even need tarot cards to channel, but I do them anyway for visual effects and cues. It's entertainment too. People like something to look at while I'm talking. So at this point, that's really the only reason I do card readings. I mean, I could just sit there and channel all day, but I just use the cards really to just give people a visual perspective on what their life looks like. So yeah, thank you all so much, and I will see you all in the next video. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video and today's video. Nice long ones for you. I love to give you some nice long ones at least once a week. So yeah, a lot to think about, a lot to reflect. Make sure you ground yourself. A lot of these energies can be too out there and hard to understand, so just go outside Earth, eat a heavier meal after this, to help kind of ground. Like, I always recommend a good meat patty, like a burger or something, or if you don't eat meat, just something, just to help kind of connect back to Earth, and pause, reflect, pause the video, give yourself time to process what all these messages are. It's not me saying these things. I'm just simply a vessel, simply a channel for helping to get the word out there when I feel called to get as many people on board. That's not the wrong word, because I'm not asking you to join me in a group or, you know, belief or ideology. I'm very neutral. I'm very free. You know, I'm never gonna be like, oh, join me, join my, you know, crowd of thinking. You know, I have such a diverse, complex way of thinking that I don't even know what I believe to begin with. It's very out there. I'm just merely here to observe and to channel. That's what I feel most called to do during this age of Aquarian energy time period. So yeah, this could be a little too advanced maybe for some people. This could be a little too out there, too much. Maybe it contradicts some of your beliefs within. It's okay to question your beliefs. You know, am I in a cult? Am I in a group that, you know, just has a sort of belief that it was forced upon me, or, you know, does something just not feel right with you know, something someone said to me, a group or society I joined, even if it's just a book club, you know, an online group you meet up with on Zoom every week, you know, are they kind of pushing me to have a certain belief system? Always question, why would someone force me to believe something that is not something I genuinely believe? You know, that's your first step to awakening from a certain belief, you know. So question your beliefs, question your, just like you question your motives and other people's motives, right? That's the right way to go about things in the coming time, because again, this is about enlightening our energy. This is about freeing ourselves, being a higher vibration than we were before, okay? Which is no longer enclosed in a group or a border or a society or, you know, a certain structure, a certain, you know, group or organization, you know, that just tells you what you should believe. You know, it's no longer that time period. It's time to rise above that. You know, it's listening to your heart. Your heart has all the answers. Your heart is the map, the guidebook, right? And we were all given these tools early on in our evolution, but we forgot them because we were told we have to dig our nose in a screen or a book to learn. That's again all things outside of yourself, you know. That's things taking you away from your heart, your truth. So I only ask today that you look inside of you for answers. Not me, not others, you, okay? That will help you get through and overcome. So thank you. Overcome whatever you need to overcome, whatever you feel you need to overcome at this time. So I think I've said enough. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you all in the next corner. Bye, guys.